seemed to be the biggest fight of your career to date. Does it feel that way this week? Is there anything special as this fight's approaching?
No, it's a little weird. It just feels like the next fight, really. You know, for me, I don't feel like that. From one fight to the next, I don't see a big difference. Felt a lot more energy for this fight, but it wasn't nervous energy, so it was good. It was just healthy.
Do you get the sense, Nick, that after your last fight where you showed a lot of emotion, it seemed like the public really bought into that, and that your popularity, it seems like an acceptance among the public has really risen, and that they kind of have become fans? Do you get that sense?
I don't know. I didn't really feel like there was anything emotional about. The only thing I was emotional over was whether or not that they were gonna rob me out of a decision or not. Because I don't think I've ever won a decision in the UFC besides the last fight I did. So it's just a normal feeling not to expect to get my hand raised if it goes to a decision. I think so. That's where I think that's where all the drama came about at the end of that last fight. So.
When you were discussing, though, it seemed emotional to me when you were discussing running through Stockton and some of the struggles that you had to kind of make it to the top. You know, that wasn't an emotional.
No, they were just asking me a lot of questions. You know, a lot of the time I'm sitting there, I'm trying to get through these answers, these questions, and try to give them something. And I don't know. After a while, you start getting a little heated and you start just spitting stuff out, and it seems a little bit more dramatic to me. I don't know. You know, I was just trying to explain like kind of where I came from a little bit, because that's all that. You know, they wanted to ask me this fight. They seem to want to know a little bit more about me or who I am or something. And so they tracked down like school teachers and people that I hadn't seen since first, second grade and stuff like that could remember me. It was kind of funny, but you know, that's just kind of how it went. And no drama. I just was trying to explain best I could to them, whatever, you know, for the show or prime time build up, whatever.
At the UFC 137 press conference, was that an emotional night for you afterwards when you were talking there, or no?
No, I think I was just trying to explain and get through to some people and to have some people understand kind of sort of what it's like from my side, from my perspective, and kind of what it's you know, just trying to put it out there. Would it be like to be me? You know, if you were dealing with what I'm dealing with. So that's just pretty much what I think I was trying to get across.
Have you had a chance to watch the primetime stuff, or have you been too busy?
Yeah, I think I had a lot of people laughing at me and you know, thinking one thing, and I had to like just kind of explain myself a little bit. I think so. I think that's where, you know, I don't think there was anything emotional about it. I think it was just the way it kind of went down.
Now for this fight, it's the first time that you're going to be fighting for the UFC Championship. Is there any disappointment in your mind that it's not against George?
No, I think no. I think that I saw myself in this fight. That's why, you know, I wouldn't have. You know, I knew that. I think, you know, I gave my opponent the respect of letting him know that too, and letting the world know that, you know, this is who I've got in mind, that I should be fighting, who I'm going to be fighting. You know, that's why I open my mouth. I don't just, you know, have it out for people. I know who I'm going to be in the mix with, and so that's why I dropped his name. You know, I don't have anything personal. I dropped his name because you know, I respect the style of fighting, and I believe that this is the highest competition level out there, is the opponent that I'm facing on Saturday. And you know, a lot of times it's matchup in fighters and who's going to win. It's who's going to win the rounds or the point game strategy, you know. And I think that the way that I fight and the way that my opponent fights, we're both two guys that are ranked top level, top 10, and we're both looking to get ahead on damage more so than worrying about going on on top, bottom, or we just want to win the fight. And you know, it's pretty much more of a realistic fighting style, you know, and that's what I'm about really, is just being, you know, realistic. You know, people try to say, oh, you know, oh, Nick Diaz, you know, he's crazy, or, you know, or he's crazy, or he's not crazy, or it's fake crazy, or whatever. I'm like, hey, bro, okay, I'm not, what you see is what you get. I'm not out here trying to put on an act like I'm crazy. In my opinion, everybody else is crazy out of their mind. They're the ones putting on an act for you, you know, doing what they're told in front of the camera. The camera gives them a line, and they say it 10 times over again, and then whoever goes back in the back and picks that out, and they turn these guys into these robots, and I'm just not going to be that guy. So, you know, don't tell me I'm acting crazy. I'm out here acting natural. I'm the only one being realistic about this sort of thing. People want to call me a crazy guy and point the finger and tell me I rant and rave about, you know, this and that, or what have you, or go on some long tangent. But, you know, there's a lot of motive behind that, and that's, you know, to try to explain a little bit to the public that, you know, I'm not out here staging anything. I'm just trying to get through this. So I'm gonna do the best I can, do whatever it takes to work my way through this, and not put on a fake show for anybody. So when you see me, what you see is what you get, and you get real martial arts, you get real fighting, you get real warrior mentality. And sorry if people can't handle it. Some people aren't mature enough to handle it. You know, this isn't soccer. In my opinion, you know, I have no problem being sportsmanlike about this whole thing, but I understand this is a sporting event, but to me it's more so it's just like a fight like it always was. I'm not gonna let things change that, because, you know, we need to help this sport become what it is. I think the sport is what it is. It's out there. I'm not the person who has to worry about it looking good, or, you know, I'm going to do what I got to do to survive and keep my teeth in my head and my head on my shoulders. So, you know, apologize to whoever can't really put that together, understand that. You think I'm crazy, but...
Nick, how much does it help that your brother is such a high-level fighter and he goes through the same pressures you do, and that you can share that together?
I'm sorry about my brother, high-level.
Yeah, I'm saying he's a high-level fighter too, and all you guys have certain pressures that are put on you. How much does it help you that you can share with the person that's closest to you those, you know, the things that, you know, are troubling you, and that vice versa that are troubling him, you know, he can share with you?
It helps me work it out, you know. When, you know, if I have someone to talk to, it doesn't have to be my brother. It could be anybody. I'm just gonna have to, you know, they might not want to hear what I'm talking about, but as long as I have, you know, as long as I have somebody to try to explain all these things I'm going through, then I'm gonna be able to figure it out good for myself. Whether it be martial arts and technique and jiu-jitsu, or whether it be what I'm planning on trying to regurgitate next time I'm in front of a you know, press interview. What have you.
Have you paid attention or heard what Georgia said about your fight, that he's hoping and praying that you win every day?
Yeah, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. To me, that's crazy. I'm not over here trying to act crazy. You know, I'm straight up, bro. You look at me, you know, look into my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not playing no games. You know what I mean? And see, for you, everything is a joke, okay? And for me, I'm crazy. I'm acting like it's fake craziness, but you know, to me, it's just realistic. You know, get real, bro. You know, what are you trying to say? Like, you guys are friends. You know, these people are acting like they're friends now, and that's not the case. You know what I mean? And that's an act. That's crazy. To me, that's crazy. You gonna put on an act like that? That's come on, that's crazy. Where I come from, that's crazy. So, you know, maybe some of you out there rethink all this.
Does it matter to you how you're perceived by the fans?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you know, sometimes no, I can't. You know, sometimes I don't care. But when I'm paying attention, a lot of times I'm not paying attention. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about my performance and my day-to-day athleticism. And, you know, training. But when I start to think about it and I start to get into it, that sort of thing, then yeah, but I don't try to take a lot of time out of my day, out of my week to start to sound right or get right or explain to people. You know, if I get a chance to try to say something for myself, like right now, then I'll do my best to try and straighten things out a little bit. And, but that's all I got.
One more question,
Nick,
please.
which part did you think was crazy? Just that, because George said that he wants you to win so he can fight you. You thought the part about him saying that
People tell me I'm crazy or say like, you know, I'm like I act like I'm crazy or put on an act, right? You know, I think that's what a lot of people are trying to say. You know, I'm not trying to put on an act. I'm just going out there fight my fight and try to win a fight. You know, I'm not happy by the time I walk out to fight. You know, what do you want from me?
Okay, one more question, guys.
Now, Nick, you for a lot of your career, you were saying that a lot of the media, the magazines, they didn't want to put you in them. They were putting people like Robbie Lawler, who you knocked out, in them instead. Due to your rise of popularity, have you seen more people interested in who you are as opposed to the character that they want you to portray?
You know, I don't feel like the only time they're wanting me to portray a certain character a lot of times is when, you know, they show up weeks before fights and they start pointing cameras at me and saying, oh, here, can you do this for me? And I'm like, are you serious right now? So I got to deal with that sort of thing. And to me, that would be crazy to follow through with a lot of that stuff and then go out to fight some guy after he's been watching you act like an asshole for a few weeks now. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be that guy. So, what was your question again?
No, but like, have you seen the magazines and
yeah, I have.
people
You know,
taking interest in you?
I like Robbie Lawler. I'm glad they put him in magazines and people. You know, I'm not. You know, I think everybody should get credit where credit's due. Yeah, there's not a lot of magazines trying to shoot me and my school, my training, and my team, and my and what's going on. You know, you'd have to coordinate a training time with most fighters. Me, you could just come all week. Any day of the week would be a good day. You come and you can shoot and do, and, you know, and have interview or whatever you need to do for your story. Or
When's your next triathlon?
Season starts back up March, April, sometime in there. I'll probably start out with some duathlon, off-road, mountain bike duathlon. So it's probably start out like 3-mile run and bike, probably a 16-mile bike through this Xterra Real course, which is actually an Xterra race, which will pop off sometime in April. So this will help me get ready for that and some of the climbs and just, you know, help me pick up my running, and then probably I'll start with maybe a try for real. It's like small local triathlon, road try, and then after I'm you know, in shape from a little bit of that stuff, then I'll probably do the first Xterra Real in Sacramento.
Have you ever considered that ultra triathlon where they have the 100-mile thing?
No, I'm not really into that myself. I think that's you know, I'm really I think it's really intriguing and you know, I love to hear about stories on that and talk to people who have done that sort of thing. And I have a lot of respect for the ultra marathon. I just, you know, it's not really my sport. Or I like to stick to you know, your regular Olympic distance road tries or just the Xterra circuit works, you know, really well for me. And it's a lot of you know, different heart rate zones. It's you know, sometimes it's just blinding. You know, it's like you're you know, you're going high pace, then you turn a corner and all of a sudden there's this hill and you're gonna have to like stay, you know, you're gonna have to stay on and you're gonna stay with these guys, otherwise you're gonna get left. So you know, it's pretty rough endurance wise. I think it's good for more mixed martial arts type of endurance, you know.
Is there a comparison?
It's just up and down more than like a steady pace that you would get out of a road triathlon.